Welcome, everyone. Good evening. It's so good to see you here. My name's Emma. It's my pleasure to introduce our guest teacher this evening. Kentral Rinpoche is a master of the Rime philosophy, which is the Tibetan Buddhist non-sectarian approach to Buddhist study, respecting, honoring, and raising up all of the traditions of Tibetan Buddhism. Simultaneously, he's a master of his root tradition called Kala Chakra, which he's taught all over the globe. Rinpoche continues to spread the Buddha Dharma through his teaching, through his authoring many books, and establishing retreat centers and Dharma communities all over the world. Rinpoche joins us tonight in James Chapel here at Union Theological Seminary to talk with us about how we can cultivate inner peace and stability during our daily lives and during challenging times. As a current student here at Union in the Buddhism and Interreligious Engagement concentration, I'm extremely excited for this talk. This conversation is alive and well in the hallways and the classrooms and the sacred spaces here at Union. And with his lifetime of experience practicing and teaching across boundaries and his embodiment of the Kala Chakra practice, there is no one more perfectly suited to share with us the Tibetan Buddhist viewpoint on how we can cultivate and maintain inner peace and stability when life can feel so overwhelming and frightening sometimes. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone who helped make this evening possible. And welcome, Rinpoche.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk here. It is my honor and to meet all of you. And yeah, I'm not master everything, but we can discuss according to especially the Buddhism. So today, my topic is meant to be that inner stability, right? How to we have inner stability, and what can we have more than meditation to solve all our challenges and problems the modern people have to face, right? So I think it should be very clear that if we need inner stability, we have to have inner focus and inner training. So do we have inner training, you know? The big question mark to all over the world, the education is a very big thing. Either spiritual education or non-spiritual education. Education is something, a big part of our life, right? You know, from the kindergarten into the university, it's something very, very big and a long time. But we have to, I think we have to analyze, we have to think about carefully how much inner training do we have in that amount of the education, how much percentage that's inner training we have. If we have very little, then of course we have inner struggling, because we didn't have much that inner training. So inner training means how we train our perspective, you know, our views and perspectives, how we can expand and how we can make flexible, and you know, and how we can, our attitudes, how can we train our attitude, and how can we train our motivation, and how can we train our emotions, you know, how much we emphasize. That's, I think, the first thing we should think about. Everybody should think about how much we pay money for this and how much, you know, how much the classes and workshops, how much we trained that. So as far as my limited understanding is very little. I think it's very little. So I would say even Buddhist countries, even Buddhist people is meant to be incredible in the training. And the doctrines, yes, Buddhist doctrines, they have a lot of talking about the emotions and everything inside, but how much emphasis, I'm not sure. A great amount emphasize or not is enough emphasize not. In my guess, I think not enough. But I think so maybe the more others maybe have even less. And definitely modern time, doesn't matter you are Eastern or West. I think the modern culture, I think too much emphasize the other side, the external conditions. And so that's, I think, our problem. So the meditation and yoga, these things is already popular and hoping and solve these problems. But these things maybe solve your temporary problem, but temporarily maybe you have a little bit like taking painkillers when we have pain. So similarly, you have some like treating at the same times, that kind of methods maybe we have, but really treating the root of the illness of the modern problem. I think we, as far as my understanding, we have not enough training. So that's why the whole world, I think, should restructure the education, either spiritual or non-spiritual. Either way is need restructure and training programs we have to create. That's I believe. Okay, so when I say training means maybe it's, for some people maybe it's not understandable, you know, like because we never had any in the training. So then, what do you mean? So, what I want to say is the modern problem. What I see is first, I think we have to understand we are human beings. We have a few layers of ourself, myself, yourself. It's not just the one me. There is a few layers, surface of me, and then a little bit deeper of me, and then more deeper, and the most deeper of me. That definitely we have, okay? So, and then what is the reality? What is the absolute ourself? What is the, you know, the ultimate ourself is the most deep down one. But the deep down one, you never connect. We never connect if you are lost on the surface. Okay? So, what is make lost on the surface is we have too much outside competition, too much external competitions, too much external focus, too much external emphasis. That makes disconnecting through ourselves. So, according to Buddhism, and even the most high consider the tradition, Buddhism point of view, we call Buddha nature. Everyone possesses Buddha nature. So everyone possesses Buddha nature means everybody has a perfect truth, the most deep level. And nobody is hopeless, nobody is less. And everybody had that truth. So when we say enlightenment, the ultimate enlightenment means you are connected, fully connected, or you can say fully unveiled through yourself, not the surface yourself, the egotistic and self-centered, not that one. That is illusion. That is illusion ourself. But the true ourself is the most deep level of ourself. But when I read, I wrote, like the global religion, how to, I try to research, and many people help me. And my English is not that good, but many people help me. And many years I will try to research and try to understand the global religion, And everybody has incredible depth if you go the very good practitioners what they say, there is incredible depth, even in Christianity. Is the kingdom of God is in our heart, not external somewhere, So all of them is matched, to me, is matched, If you are on the surface, you argue, and then you twist words and try to argue and try to be yourself is superior and the others inferior, then yes, you can do that in many ways. But if you genuinely think there must be same depth, everybody must be understand the great practitioners, which means the most inner focus people, they must be understand the same truth. And then you look at that perspective and look at, then everybody, I think, is the same. As far as my understanding, all understand the God, Buddha, whatever you call, the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is in ourselves, is not somewhere else, and nothing to do with us in somewhere else. It's not like that. That's why, like the Christians say, I connecting with God, connecting. But it's, my understanding, connecting means more than, connecting means not just touched, like a physical, connect with touched. It's something more than touch. And you actualize your own God, I understand that way. But if I'm misunderstood, that's it's my fault. But it's certainly in Buddhism, we believe everybody can enlightened, because everybody, the most absolute truth is already enlightened. We just lost on the surface. That seems to me is more and more true year and year, like past and getting old and old. For me, is this is indefeatable truth to me. But also, then we look at the modern problems such as anxiety, depression, and all these things, like many diseases, such incredible, too many mental disease and everything. If we look at all of them, where they come from? They come from is we not connecting our inner truth. Our inner truth is incredible, powerful, and indestructible nature, but we disconnecting. Why we disconnecting? Because we have too much focus, the outside. So much focus, materialism, luxury, material luxury, and ego competition. We are completely lost. It is why. we need very little. This is not what we need. You know, why we don't need? Because that is not we are. You know, we are not materialism. We are not the ego. We are not this, you know, especially self-centered. Self-centered means you only care oneself. Oneself means a tiny. So if you focus on that tiny, then everything is narrow. There is no much room. And then you are definitely, how do you say, frustrated. There is no other room. But if we connect in deep to ourselves, then is compassionate. Okay? So this is our truth. We are disconnected and far our truth, then we are suffer. Why? Because we are not matching ourselves. We are mismatching. So think about this, very simple. Anything we do, any work, any job, is something you mismatch in the truth, do you have difficult? Of course. What is your goal, or what you try to do is mismatching the truth. Then you have really difficult for anything, big, small, any to do, whatever to do. The same thing. What we competition and what we doing is not matching our truth. Okay? So what is our truth then? Our truth is a loving, compassionate, and sharing. Okay? Trust me, if we easily to know this. Why? Because what does make you happy? Is love makes you more happy? And share, if you trust somebody 100%, is that makes you relax? Is that makes you relax or not relax? What does make you intimidated? You don't trust anybody. You can't find anybody you can trust. You're not close with anybody. Yeah? That's you make intimidated. That make not relax. Okay? So if you are not intimidated, anxiety, all of them causes because come from this. So that's why we need inner training. Inner training means we have education. Inner training, education, something match with our truth. Okay? Whatever is close to who we are is we need. We don't need a huge buildings. We don't need huge cars, huge houses. We don't need one person have like 50 plates and 50 bowls and 100 spoon and fork. And look at the garage. And look at everybody's garage and everywhere. So much but also you have to understand this because, no, these things everybody like. Yes, everybody like on the surface. The surface of you, the surface of me, yes, like it. That's the problem, okay? But like it with no good reason. And then we are competition. When you are like this, then we are competition this, and then we lost all our life is west on this competition. And then we slowly find we lost love, we lost compassion, we share nothing, Then you become very impatient and become, we call privacy. Oh, I need my privacy. I need my space, which means we are become very intolerant, become everything, because you have not get used to share anything. But the human being, deep down, what you need is you need share. You need share. You need closeness. You need trust. You need love. Huh? But we don't have. We don't train in this way. We everything competition, ego, who's better and who's better, who's better. I want only the best, nothing else. Huh? But best means external best. It's not external ego point of view a best, not the real best. What you need is something far from you need. Okay? So that's why, okay, what do we need? We need connecting our truth. What does it make connecting our truth? If we have training how to love, how to have compassion, and then how to, if you have this love and compassion, if you have, then all other qualities just come naturally. Okay? So what that means, oh, no, I have so much love, blah, blah, blah. But we don't have love. We have illusional love, and we have, possessive love, and we have illusional love means romantic love. Romantic love means illusional love. And then, this possessive love, we have this. I love this object because I want to possess. I love this person because I want to possess. Everything is possess. Possessional love means self-centered focus. That's why it not last long. I'm not saying temporary good feeling, happiness. I'm not saying you don't give that. Of course we give that. That's the trick. That's the trick. How you catch in the fish. How you catch the fish. You give them some food trick, and then you catch them and kill them and eat, right? The same thing. We same thing. We have this trick happiness and trick enjoyment, everything. But what we need exactly deep down, we need train love and compassion. Okay, so I want to explain you a love and compassion because when we say love and compassion, everybody think, oh, okay, love, compassion, okay. So love and compassion, maybe everybody think everybody understand love and compassion because that is a common word to use, universally used. It's not something new word, right? So, but actually we don't know because we are always misunderstood the love and compassion. Okay. So what does it mean? Love means something. Your inner quality, something your inner quality to radiate kindness towards others. Okay, naturally to radiate. It's not something conditional. Oh, if you do this, then I love you. Okay, if you are like this, then I love you. That's not really love. That's not really love. So that's like 10% love. 10% love. Okay, but when something's radiated from your heart, don't care your condition. So when I talking about how I love my parents and how parents love me, those things, I taught the story to people. Oh, people sometimes cried. I say, tears coming in. Oh, that is really love. That is real love. That is a real unconditional love. So many people say, oh, we don't have that. In our time, don't have that. Okay? So that's why love is something like that kind of nurturing, like nurturing quality, warm radiation, like this kind of, just naturally, without any condition. So this is love. And this is a feminine quality, okay? And then we need compassion. So why we need compassion? Because compassion is masculine nature. And many people misunderstand compassion because compassion means, oh, somebody's sick and die, I'm sad, cry. They think this is compassion. That is not compassion. That's just 1% of compassion, maybe, okay? That's not real compassion. Because compassion is not weakness. Compassion is masculine nature, which means courageous nature. Courageous nature give you a strength. So that's why this feminine love and masculine compassion, we all need together, union together within ourselves. If it does, then what happened? Do you know? Then you have this feminine love, you have this nature love, then everybody loves you. Everybody loves you. Everybody trusts you. Everybody close to you. You know? No problem. And then if we have this compassion, this brave nature, this courageous nature within ourselves, then we have strength. We have strength means it doesn't mean we have so much strength and destroy others. It's not that means. Means we never give up anything to do anything, you know, to help other people, for help others. Doesn't matter how many sentient beings, and countless, doesn't matter how many human beings, how many problems, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I never give up nature. Real compassion is real strength, something you never give up, nature. Okay? So these two together, we had it, then everything comes. You trust, you share everything, genuinely share. You can try. The genuine happiness comes from genuine sharing. You know, sharing. That's why. But if we have something to share with 100% trust with other people, then we have real happiness there. But if we have huge material luxury, you cannot share with anybody. Even you share is kind of surface, or without trust. Oh, this person kind to me, or this person good to me. But why? Maybe he has another, agenda. What is the agenda? What is he has agenda? What is she has agenda? Thinking all the time this, not trust anybody, and then you have huge luxury, it doesn't do anything, okay? Doesn't do anything. Just sometimes temporary ego, showing off a little bit momentary happiness maybe, only few seconds. That's it. Then nothing else, okay? Then empty. So then you don't know what to do, you know? Then you are lost. But if we have genuine love, compassion within ourselves, then if even problems arise, you have no problem because you have something there. But the other problems come up, you have problem because all the problems cannot save by materialism. Can't solve the problem with ego, can't solve with material luxury. You know, you cannot. Many things you can buy with money, but many things you cannot buy with money. Impossible. You know, so that's why. But when we have, honor this love, compassion. The best, of course, you have all love and compassion, all sentient beings. That's the best because that's called enlightenment. Who is enlightened? Who is enlightened means have unconditional love and compassion for all sentient beings. But even if you don't have that, that's okay. But just you have really genuine love. A few people, family or friends or whatever you call, is you are really genuine love. And that gives you a temporary strength, okay? Temporary strength. Longer than material strength, longer than ego, pride strength, okay? Give you much more strength. So that's why I think we need this. If we need inner stability, we need the whole world restructure the education to emphasize on that one. Not saying, that means not saying, oh, we don't need any other educations, just throw away. I'm not saying that. The other educations we should put as secondary focus. So the mainstream, everybody have to focus is inner training. Okay, inner training. What is the love? What is the compassion? How can you practice this and become like culture? Culture means everybody have to do. Whether you like or not, you have to do. Whether you don't like means temporarily maybe you don't like, but eventually you like it. I guarantee eventually you like it. Okay? Why? Because it's matching with your deep level of truth. Okay? The others, oh, we do this, do very well, or do this very well. Everything is kind of empty. Eventually is kind of meaningless. Why? Because not matching our truth. We are lost on the surface. That's why. So that's why we need huge training. Okay? What are we training? We need love, compassion. This is training and training, and main focus, and becomes main culture and main custom. Universal culture. We need this become a universal culture. It's not Eastern culture or Western culture, or this country culture, this race culture. Not good enough. We have to become universal culture. Okay? If we become like this, then our world going to be perfect. Going to be golden age. Perfect peace and harmony. Guarantee. Okay? Okay, then. Okay, yes, that sounds good, but maybe we cannot do it. Do you have any other tips? Can you tell me? Yes, there is some little bit, okay? So we have to understand our training, our mind impermanent. Everything is impermanent. It's obvious. Everybody should know it very easily. You don't have to be Buddhist, you don't have to be Christian, you don't have to be anything. You don't have to be high educated, anything. You don't have to be graduate, incredible, many, everything is change. That's so easy to understand. But we have no culture to think about this. We need really think every day. Every day think about. I think every day meditate, but you meditate or what? Breathe in and breathing out. Oh, they give me a little bit of momentary peace. Okay, that you taking painkillers, that's okay. There's nothing wrong taking painkillers, but if you want to solve the long-term problem, we have to meditate on impermanence. Impermanent means you have to think of going to be changing everything. Can be changing anything. It doesn't matter my family, my marriage, my qualification, my money, my wealth, my social status. Anything can be changed. Anything, my reputation, anything can be changed anytime. I'm going to prepare. I'm prepared. I'm going to accept whatever changes. I can get disease anytime. I'm going to accept. What is important? What does make suffering bigger is not prepared and not accepted. Okay? That makes human beings suffering bigger. But if we accept, if we prepared, then no. Oh, this is natural. Of course. Then you have less suffering. I'm not saying you have zero suffering, but you have much, much less. So we have to prepare that. And then we have to practice flexibility, which means usually we have so much anxiety and depression and all the problems, panic, all problems, because we are fixed on. We are firstly narrow view, focus so small, And then you think, I have to do this, then I have to do this, then I have to achieve this, I have to win, I can't be loser, blah, blah, blah. But they're gone impermanent. It's unpredictable. Is everything unpredictable? But we predict very strongly, and we fixed on very rigidly. The rigidity, you have to relax. You have to, it doesn't mean you're not motivated. You can motivate it, you can be passionate, you can be ambitious, no problem. But you have to be flexible at the same time. You have to let go. If something didn't go exactly the way of you want, you have to let go. How do you let go? you have to train yourself before those happened. You never trained nothing whole life, and then, oh, no, big things happen. Let go, let go. Somebody say, oh, let go, let go. Oh, yes, but I can't let go. Because, of course, you can't let go because you never trained. You never thought about it. Nobody told you train, and you didn't train, right? So we have to train ourselves how to let go things, how to be patient and then let go. How incredible, ambitious, okay, and then let go. If you have to let go, let go. We have to train our minds like this way, If we trained this way, definitely if our education main focus like this. So if you can do this, then after that, no problem. You can be architect, you can be, a lawyer, you can be a movie producer, whatever you can do, no problem. No problem, whatever you want to do, no problem. But first, number one, fundamental, we have to train like this. If we train like this, then it doesn't matter you are religious, you are not non-religious, you are believers, you are non-believers, doesn't matter. This is reality you have to deal with your life. Include death. Death is not somewhere far away. You don't know when. You don't know, young or old age, it doesn't matter. There's no guarantee, absolutely no guarantee at all. The young one is late die and old one first die. No. Look, we have to understand all this perfectly, and becomes like, becomes common sense, completely common sense, and become universal culture. Then we have no problem. Then we have inner stability. Okay? So the best inner stability, we have to have that, like enlightened ones. Maybe you heard or not heard. We have a story that Shambhala Pure Land, something on this earth, maybe in a different dimension level, we have Shambhala, and this Shambhala has called Karki kins. Karki means don't take any racial discrimination. Don't take any discrimination. Everyone are recognized as one family. One family means indestructible Buddha nature family. The all other races not count. They're not count. They're just made up temporarily. Temporarily you made up with some more focus, so narrow view. So this, the matter of this number one matter is this indestructible the absolute truth, the Buddha nature, which means perfect. Everything is perfect. So that one, everybody is equal. Everybody is that family. So focus that, and then transform the whole world, and they have prophesied going to transform our world. So I'm personally a number one focus on that one, and that one my life dedicate. I have no regret. Even I achieve nothing, I have no regret, zero regret if I focus this. Okay, so that's my focus. But I think if you all together with me, if we focus this, I 100% believe this solved the humanity problem. Anything else, we just protest for the police stations, or we do many other things in environments, like activists and many things, then human rights activists, blah, 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 all of them. I'm not saying they're all bad. They have good intentions. But it's not going to change the world. Going to change the world is we have to change our mind. If our mind changes, if our mind will transform, individually you can remain in peace and harmony life. It's going to be everybody affect many other people, and then the whole world is going to transform. And when human mentality transformed it, then the world rejuvenated, the earth going to be rejuvenated, and we have plenty food, plenty everything. We don't need even a fart for nothing. We don't need even a trade. Even we don't need work. Because now everything's a struggle, because everybody focus small and the surface and competition, the wrong place. So that's why if we need inner strength, we need to train our mind. Yes, meditation. Yes, help for a while. But until you not transform your mind, you're not going to solve that problem. We don't have inner stability. Why? Because we focus external object. How can we have inner strength? That's not, how to say? That's not realistic. That's not realistic expectation. If we train our mind, if you meditate, doesn't matter, if you meditate so well and completely transform your mind, that's inner strength, yes. But if you just did a little bit meditation and, to help your mind temporarily, that's okay. Better than nothing, better than zero. But you still treating the symptoms, not illness. So if we don't have problem and real inner strength we need it, then we have to have inner training. Inner training, remember, we understanding impermanence. We all the time remind ourselves. We prepare a worst scenario. At the same time, okay. But then people think, always if we think impermanent in the worst scenario, that's depression, and then that's not motivate us, then it become low self-esteem, blah, blah, blah. No. You can practice everything impermanent and possibility, prepare the worst scenario. At the same time, you can be ambitious, you can be passionate, you can be enthusiastic, determined. The same time you can do that. I did many times. I know my experience. I do this, okay? So I'm not just talking about my mouth. I do this many times. I got many challenges. I do this, okay? So that's making me help a lot. Many things fail, doesn't work. It's still okay. Still okay. Okay or not, how much you prepared. If not prepared, then it's desperate, devastated, okay? Yeah, so that's why I think we need preparation of flexibility, impermanent, training our mind. And then we practice love and compassion. Have you experienced real love? How long? How many people? With how many people? And how many receive? How many? Do you receive ever genuine love and compassion? If not, if majority of are not, that means our society is wrong. Our society is wrong. So, because human beings meant to be love and care and share. We're not meant to be individual. But the modern things and everything makes individual. The individuality makes many big problems. On the surface, it seems nice and freedom, right? Freedom, oh, I have my individual freedom. I'm boss myself. Nobody can say nothing to me. I'm my boss. Huh? It sounds nice. And temporarily give you a temporary pleasure, yes, I agree. But for long term, it's very bad. It's very, very bad. I know, I experience both, okay? The loneliness, the freedom, individual freedom, too much by myself, or the sharing society, some cultures. Not everybody is really compassionate, love it, but the culture forces you share everything. So that's even that better than no sharing, makes people more happy, and they can cope with the other challenges more better. So like that. So that's why, inner stability is either you have to be mastery of meditation. Mastery of meditation means, do you know what it means? If your mind have no thoughts, no emotions, just awareness, nothing else. If you can stay this many hours, if you want, you have to stay, you can. Or I'll try a simple way to explain. If you want to make thoughts and analyze it, your analyzing thoughts is much sharper than normal people's analyze. If you become like this, that means you become a mastery of meditation. Okay? Anybody can do that. But then people say, oh, I have no time. Right? No time. Then, okay, time is you have to make, it's up to you. It's not time decide to you. We have to decide time. Which one more important? You want mastery of meditation? You want to train in this, what I said, impermanent, flexibility, accepting and compassion, love, all these things you want to train? And show example, your friends, your circle, inspire them, and then they can inspire many people, and then we contribute very fast, and then the humanity transform very fast. If we can do, which one you want to choose? So those things, I think, is the remedy, or how to say, the true training. So I think I'm just repeating again. Because just I'm very, very passionate, and I really believe this from my heart. So that's why I'm just repeating. Okay? In Tibetan we say, it's not a repeating bad man. How do you say? Weak man's repeating is not this, but it's so important. That's why I have to say again. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm not repeating anymore. So what time is it? How long went? 50 minutes went. Okay. So probably we can have a more discussion, and you can have question, or you can have your opinion or something. We maybe discuss a little bit, maybe better than all the way I just talk and repeating. One of you have to come here, because sometimes I don't understand.
Where did I get this to? Test. Okay, thank you. So the question was, this is weird to hear yourself. Okay. At the highest level of self, so the surface level, sorry, not highest, the surface level of self versus the deepest level, what is in Buddhism the reason why the deepest is preferable outside of just the self being in a better state? And then secondarily, if someone were to, let's say, become the deepest self, if you will, how would you know, A, and then B, how would you maintain it? So two separate questions, and mainly fixating on, the deeper self.
Can you take over that?
Why is the ultimate truth better than like the relative truth surface level?
Yeah.
And then the second is if you realize your ultimate truth, how might that manifest and how might you maintain that realization?
Okay. Why the ultimate truth is ultimate self is the better than relative self, because ultimate self means ultimate truth. The relative truth means is illusion, is not truth. We call relative truth because relatively for us appears truth. Even is not truth, for us is appears truth. We have to experience that. That's why I call relative truth, but compare the ultimate truth that is not truth at all, is just illusion. So that's why it's better. So, and then, what?
If we realize that truth, how might we appear manifested?
Yes. Why? Because even, let's say, if you have dreaming, if you have a 5-star perfect accommodation hotel, you sleeping on a golden bed, and then you have a nightmare, incredible suffering and a nightmare. If you wake up, that is the self-truth. Wake up, then you have no problem. You realize, oh, just dream. Oh, dream means you realize, oh, that's not true. I was in a jail, I was eaten by bears or whatever. It's not true. So it's like that. But even you don't have to completely wake. Even you are that's in the bed, you have chastened by ghost or whatever, bear or whatever. You a little few seconds you thought, hang on, maybe it is a dream. Is it a dream? You have even a little bit doubt, is it a dream or real? And that also helped you a lot. The same thing, when we are connecting more deeper level, our truth, then we become a more compassion. We have a more wise. Okay? So like that. Yeah.
Hi, thank you so much. My question is, do you think that in order for someone to become enlightened or to reach this place of open-mindedness to become enlightened, that they need to experience suffering or some type of shift or change in order to prepare for enlightenment? Specifically, if someone, is older and has already become steady in their ways, in order to cut through the stubbornness, does there need to be kind of a rock bottom before enlightenment?
Please, short version.
Do people need to be motivated by big suffering in order to start seeking enlightenment or become enlightened?
To become enlightenment, need a big suffer. Go through. Yeah. That's one. That's all? Okay. Is go process of enlightenment, the real process of enlightenment, you don't need to suffer. But just realize from the beginning, we are just attached in this mundane world, and we are attached this illusion, ego. That is not everybody need, but majority, unfortunately, only intelligent people, incredible, super intelligent people don't need, but the majority of people need some kind of suffering, and then you realize, that helps you realize from the beginning. But then after that process, you don't have to suffer to reach enlightenment. You are better and better, become better and better, yeah.
How do you practice letting go?
How to practice letting go? Yeah. You have to first aware, and then second be mindful on that, and then you have to some more things happen you can exercise on. Then you become better and better.
Okay.
Hi. How would you characterize or understand the difference between individuality within inner training? I think I'm asking the question the way that I want to. That difference between individuality and inner training, how to dictate, the difference between those two, because I think that within inner training, individuality can start to crop up in those spaces, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Just curious about that.
So means how can? Yeah. Okay. So first, I have to explain. When we say love, is I think the English and Western understanding the love is more attraction or pride oriented. But when I talk in love is more is you appreciating or how to say you charity. It's like that. So that's why it's that's why in the modern people always say I don't love myself. Then we are confused because that's why I not love myself means I realize now is you don't really proud of yourself, but you still cherish. You still cherish yourself. Everybody cherish yourself, which means you. If you don't want to hurt your body, you care about your body, you care about your hunger, thirsty, everything you care about your comfort, everything you care. So that means charity. That means we call that love, okay? Love. So then naturally, human beings or sentient beings naturally on the surface care oneself. Others care less, right? So that's in the surface. But if you train, you care everybody. If you care everybody, if you train among yourself, that means you go deeper level. And then you can understand why I care others. Why I care others, then you have to think about this. Because is everybody want happiness and avoiding suffering? Yeah, it's equal, everybody. So then we are all equal, so why I have to care only me, my happiness, and don't care other people's happiness? So if you put a logic on this, then, no makes sense. I care on myself, and the others don't care. That no makes sense. Then you train in yourself, mind, okay, I care others, or everybody care. I care everybody, because everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants happy, and especially you care more when you realize that because everybody want to care happiness but don't know how to produce happiness is what you want, and what you're doing is become like this. So that's why you feel even more sympathetic and more empathy, and then you have more care about other people. So that's what we call love or compassion. So you can train yourself like this. So that doesn't mean you have to, everybody's like finance and everything is you are responsible. It's not saying you are responsible. It's we are born like individuals. We have different bodies, So you definitely, your body and everything you take care of yourself definitely is you. You don't have to take care of everybody. You cannot do it. Even you cannot do it. But in your mind, the caring, you care everybody equally yourself. If you train mind like this, then you becomes like becomes a much nice person. And you, not only that, but you are becoming a nice person means you have more inner strength. Actually, you have more inner strength, but also you are become more, durable. Everybody likes you because that's manifest. What is your inner training, inner transforming is, manifest outside. So that means you don't have to care everybody. You're not responsible for everybody, but whenever you opportunity, you just acted. You acted kindness automatically. So then everybody adores you, and then that gives you also inner strength. So like that. Did that make sense? I hope so. Do you think?
Hi, thank you for your presentation. My question is, could you say something about, I know you've written entire books about this, but could you say something about what is the distinctive vision of the Jonang school as opposed to, say, Gelugpa or Nyingma? What is it that you would like us to understand from the perspective of your particular tradition? That would be a tremendous gift to us.
Okay. All Tibetan Buddhist traditions, their path, their practice, all principles, all same, no problem. Everybody same. But when they're talking about the ultimate truth, Buddha nature, then they have a philosophical debate, okay? They have philosophical debate. So, everybody believe true truth? Yes, everybody believe true truth. No argument. Everybody believe Buddha nature? Yes, no problem. But when you identify the true truth, the relative truth, maybe no argument. But the ultimate truth, you identify ultimate truth and Buddha nature, then they become different. Okay? Different means Nyamapa, Kargyapa, Jonangpa, very similar. You can say 98% same, you can say, roughly. Sakyapa, you can say 95% same. And Gelugpa and Jonangpa become quite big difference. That when you're talking about the ultimate truth, and then the Buddha nature, okay? So that means, in the Gelugpa point of view, that Buddha nature means just emptiness. Another way is only potential to become a Buddha, okay? And Jonangpa point of view is complete Buddha, full Buddha possessed every sentient being inside a sentient being. That Jonangpa say. And then Nyoma and Kagyu, they all kind of agreeing. Just in a few things, how say things a little bit different, but mostly just agreeing. So why they agreeing? Because if you do not agree and then you contradict that Buddha's, the third Dharma way and the second Dharma way, you contradict. So, but Gelugpa said the second Dharma way only is a definitive teaching, and then this third Dharma way is not definitive teaching. So that means the third Dharma ways or the word, direct words, or Gelugpa have to twist, and then you have to interpret it. Otherwise, if you directly or means Buddha, what Buddha said means this, then it's become, that's the ultimate, the definitive teaching. That's the problem. They can twist that, but then the other problem is the Vajrayana, the Tantra, or the Tantrayana comes, especially highest Tantrayana, the Tantrayana of the Kalachakra, all become contradict. So that's why Jonang way is nothing's contradict, or go very smoothly. And then the other ways is you have to twist a lot. You have to twist, and then you have to interpret it. Okay? So like that. So the real problem is, in Jonang point of view, if you, the Jonang called Janton. Janton means other emptiness. Other emptiness means the ultimate truth is other empty, not empty itself. But the others say Ranston. Ranston means empty itself, intrinsic emptiness, which means both truth equally empty. So then is Jonang point of view, that's a huge problem because both truth is empty, equally empty, then both essenceless. Then is relative truth illusion, the same as the ultimate truth, also illusion, and essenceless. Then what are you doing? What are you aiming for? Huh? There is nothing to aim for. They both equally illusion, empty, and essenceless. So that's the Jonang say. That's why Jonang say, yes, relative truth, of course, empty itself, but the ultimate truth, empty of other, empty of samsara, empty of problems, empty of suffering, empty of relative truth, but cannot be empty itself. And then, yes, then you become empty, nothing. There's no God. Basically, if it's a God level, God believe there is no world, there is no God, nothing. Huh? But the Jonang point of view said, okay, this distance illusion not real, but the God and heaven is real. Like that. So that's why the others sometimes criticize say, Jonang, you are not like Buddhist. You are like the God believers, similar. Because the God believers never say God not exist, right? So that's why, you ultimate truth is you says exist. That's like other religion. You are not Buddhist, and they criticize that. But in my stupidity, in my mind, that seems compromise. And Jonang view is really choose, a match the whole universe religion becomes a whole universe religion. It's not like, I'm a Buddhist. They are non-Buddhist. They are inferior. We are superior. They are wrong. We are right. It's not like that. It becomes universal religion. That's I think. You got it? Okay.
Thank you so much, Dashidel. Let's see. We've been studying karma. I remember asking my Kempo where I live, I said to my Kempo, I was having a discussion with a friend and we were trying to discuss whether or not you can be a Buddhist if you don't believe in karma, or if you don't believe in reincarnation. And his answer was very simple. He said, doesn't matter whether you believe or not, it's going to happen anyway, so you can be Buddhist. But is there in most systems this idea that reincarnation is a given? Or is it simply reincarnation and karma at some point become interchangeable, shift gears, karma and reincarnation take the place of each other, are affected by each other? Just wanted to get a perspective from you.
Okay, so the karma means whatever you do, the consequence you experience, nobody else. Okay? If we do similar things, we can experience similar things. For instance, like right now, Russian-Ukraine's war, the COVID-19, everything, we have a similar karma, so we experience similar, but we not exactly same because our karma not exactly same, right? So that's everything. Every moment we create in karma and we experience in karma. So it's quite simple. It's one way I look at it is very simple. If you every detail you have to figure out, then it's not possible. It's innumerable. That's why. But it's if you look at like a rough, it's very simple. So means that. So reincarnate means is the person. We're not talking about the karma. The person who experiencing karma, who creating the karma, who experiencing karma. The person also continue. So every time you change his body, and the body and mind association temporarily dissociate, we call it death. But then you have another body, whatever body you are associating with another body. So that's another body we call reincarnate. We call reincarnate. Just that. So it's quite simple. Because we are get used to it, that's why maybe, but for us it's very, very simple.
Thank you.
There's one.
Thank you, Rinpoche. How does a practitioner develop devotion to training?
Version? Oh. I think the benefits, I think the benefits of devotion. We have to understand the benefit. And then also, I think if you understand if according to Buddhism, then if you understand this relative truth, ultimate truth, and then the Dharmakaya, Nirmanakaya, the Buddha's manifestations, so the karmically limitation, or these things, then you learn very well. That makes you can have devotion. Devotion means basically is like you have more pure perception. You have more pure perception and less judgment. Your nature is less judgmental and more like pure and kind of innocent and pure and like appreciating, grateful, and like instead like skepticism and analyze and like concerned, I go to the wrong place, wrong person, blah blah. Somebody maybe cheated me. Like distance, become skeptical or analyze, concern, I'm going to the wrong path, like that kind of. Instead, everything you appreciate, everything appreciate. There is so many things we can appreciate, every day, every day, unbelievably. You know, even one day we can, in the morning, we wake up without sickness, and then we experience this beautiful environment and this breathing and this fresh oxygen. It's just so much we can appreciate. And then, you know, especially if you find a spiritual teacher or those things, it's incredible things we can appreciate, but usually human's mind is not think that way. Thinking something, always no trust, always, you know, worry something, oh, somebody's cheating me, or maybe I choose the wrong path, wrong place, blah, blah. So these things happened. But if you train and you understand the Dharma deeply, and then you say, oh, all the Buddhas, all Bodhisattvas, they went to the ultimate achievement, yeah? The achievement, ultimate. What for? A liberated sentient beings. Only that for. And how it achieved also cultivate, but that's motivation. That's the reason, main key points. That's why they are liberated. And also they were liberated for also liberated sentient beings. And you understand that, and then you understand, but how can they not manifest like Jesus or something like Buddha Shakyamuni, incredible all the time, many Jesus, like Jesus, like miracle, incredible miracle Buddha, or like something incredible miracle ones all the time not coming. It's not coming, but it's, you know, like our limitation, because everything is limited sentient beings karma. You know, if we don't have enough the karma, you can experience only what we have the karma. So that's why then if you understand these things and then you see, oh, then Buddha always say, okay, I will manifest as like your spiritual teacher. You know, didn't say I manifested Buddha again. I manifested like me, like Buddha me, again like this. Never said that. Instead said, I will manifest as your teacher. So then you have to think of, okay, this my teacher, whoever take me, show me, enlighten me, or even better life, you know, better attitude, better. Those must be Buddha, you know, like this must be Buddha. I can only see as a human being and have sickness and origin and death, everything as a very limited, like human. But this is my karmic limitation. If we understand that, then you have, you know, much more trust and then appreciation, and then you have a devotion and dedication, you know, on that. But often that's difficult because everybody trained as skepticism. everybody worry about somebody cheating each other. Yeah. This one maybe. That one. Okay.
No?
Yeah. Oh.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
After that.
My question is about the idea of acceptance and flexibility. I was speaking to a friend yesterday who works in the back of house of a restaurant and was speaking about the exploitation of a lot of immigrant workers in that environment and the high suicide rate and suffering. And I'm thinking about these words and how by some employers or institutions they might be used to exploit people, exploit their flexibility and their need to accept. So I'm wondering how personally we can engage these ideas of flexibility and acceptance and avoid being exploited by institutions and people and employers who have definitions of these ideas that don't necessarily align with the way that we're speaking about them and trying to internalize them.
No. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, so when I'm talking about try to be flexible means every situation, unnecessary turn, you have to be flexible. It's not saying that, not saying whenever, you have really no choice, a situation happens, then you, okay, accept, and we try to train ourselves flexible when it's necessary. It's not saying everything. You cannot analyze. You have to analyze, the employee manipulating or whatever they're doing, and then you just can aware manipulating, and then you have to think about, okay, if the manipulation, if I not serve the manipulation, if I not follow the manipulation, not accepting the manipulation, what the consequence you have to think about. But if the consequence is okay, then you just have to think about, okay, they also have to learn, you can't manipulate everything. And so you don't have to accept, The flexibility in your mind, not the training your mind flexibility, not anybody manipulate, you have to accept. Not that. Okay. That one. She has a long time.
Hi. So I'm thinking back to this moment earlier when you were speaking about activism and that, that good intentions don't change the world, but that changing our mind changes the world. And thinking about that in relationship to what you said, that is that we don't have enough training and that we need restructure and training programs. From your perspective, do you feel like that activism, perhaps, in an umbrella way, should focus more on changing people's minds? Because I feel like that activism, already to some degree is about changing people's minds in relationship to whatever it is that somebody feels called to activate themselves and other people for. So I'm just hoping that you could speak into a little bit about, the activism that's needed in relationship to changing our minds, and perhaps with that, changing our hearts and how we feel about things, and that in relationship to how we think about things.
Yes. When I say, this, activism or these things, didn't mean this never change anything, not affect anything. I'm not saying this. That's why I'm saying it is good, and could be in fact, But I'm saying if really have to transform, then we have to the whole universe. Universally, we have to change that education. That's what I'm saying. If some developed countries, if they can do that, and they can impact very quickly the others. So, that's what I'm saying, more faster and more effective, that's what I'm saying. But of course, that activisms, they're saying something truth, speaking out truth, definitely help, and also they're good motivation, definitely impact. But I'm just talking about the degree of impacting, That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Rinpoche. My question is hard for me to understand why Black people in this country suffer. disproportionately to white people.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not happy to say this, but I have to say, is everything is karma. So that means if I say, oh, the black people have made a bad karma in the past, I would say yes, but it's not just black people, and everybody made different bad karmas, and they are suffering and different forms of suffering experiencing. So that's why if we have to end that suffering, is we have to, the best way, we not hate it, you know, like we have to forgive, and then, you know, what happens, you know, it's already good transforming anyway already. So we appreciate that transforming, and then forgive in the past, and have to do that way. So myself also, people are suffering, and I cannot get any monks or any relatives, anybody cannot get, because cannot get any passport, and it's no right as same citizen. So like that things, but I just forgive and, you know, like let go. That's all I can do. Can't do anything else, because if we angry and, you know, like that, then we make more bad karma. So there is no benefits to do that. Okay.
Did that make sense completely, or?
You can explain.
Thank you for that answer. It's just to think of putting a noose around someone's neck or shooting a black man that's not armed. It's hard for me to understand karma in that regard. I'm sorry. And I hear you saying I have to work on myself, I have to work on my own thoughts, and for some reason that's just hard for me to
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not saying it's easy to accept in these suffering problems and this discrimination or those things. I'm not saying that easy to understand or easy to accept. I'm just saying we have to try the best way we can try understand or accepting is the best way to go. We can try. So who is doing these ones also make huge karma in the future. So that means somebody is suffering today, but another one is suffering tomorrow. Even worse, you know. so then it's inevitable. So The only way we can not make another bad karma, extra other karma. Instead, we try to make train as much as we can, more like forgive and like more virtuous way. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
So you spoke about trust and how much compassion requires a level of trust, and how many people have loved us and we've experienced that at 100%, right? 95%, 100%. And that determines our ability in some ways to manifest and practice that. So then how can we even begin to practice without trust?
We have to practice love and compassion. We try to experience, from between child and parents or partners or anybody. If we can experience this, then we can transfer other people, show examples like that, inspire other people. So when we have love, which person you have genuine love, and then you have trust. You have trust. It's not the possessive love. Possessive love doesn't make you trust. Right. It make you more insecure. But when you have genuine love, then you're going to trust. And then you have trust, much more easy and relaxed. So that's why how many people you can inspire, how many people you can infect, and then this many people can trust each other.
Oh yeah, something kind of related to that. I was curious about, you were talking about like making culture more like communitarian or like sharing more, and I have difficulty sometimes sharing with people because they think that I'm sharing in a way that's transactional, rather than just just hey, have a taste of this, try this, even like. So I was just curious what approach you might have to being more sharing or approaching this communitarian culture more.
Yes, that's our culture problem. The culture already gone too far. That's why if somebody try to counter you, they think, oh, maybe he has some another agenda, That's the big problem, because we went the culture that way too far away. That's why we have to start an education way. Is it?
Well, what can you try?
Huh?
Who wants to know what you can try?
Oh.
You try sharing, and everybody always thinks he's giving because they're now going to have to give back.
Yeah. So I think you can try. Maybe you have to say, oh, this is, I'm helping you. I have no agenda. I'm not expecting nothing from you. Would you like help? Okay. Huh? Maybe you have to speak it out.
Okay.
Even you speak out, then don't believe, then you can't do anything.
Thank you for everything you've shared. I know how to get into a meditative state, or I've been trying to meditate for many years, so I can get into the meditation. But then, how do you stay in a meditative state? How do you maintain that? Is there a tool or two you can suggest to stay into that heightened state of awareness if you get into it, if you're able to get into it?
Okay. There is no really tool. You have to be, you have to practice, and you have to become familiar, and more, and better. Just like how we ride bicycle, and how we everything else we do. How we, as much as you do more practice, you become more. That's the only way to do. The only difference is that some people can do fast, some people are going to do slow. That's also we know everything we learn like that way, but also come to the spiritual path. Sometimes they have hidden conditions, like you have a lot of merits, or merits also may be difficult to understand what means. The merit is something like credit, like some credit, hidden credit. Through accumulated through the good motivations and good actions come through. This credit somehow hiddenly, hiddenly your spiritual path faster, your developments faster. Like this times has happened. Sometimes if we have not enough merit, then even you practice quite diligently, it's still quite slow because of that. Yeah. So then that reason, and sometimes people meditation transformation too faster. People do accumulation merits, do charity, and many other things to do. Yeah.
What does your practice say or teach about our connection with nature, and how does that relate to our enlightenment?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so kala means time, chakra means will. So will means circle, no continuism. And then time means everything continuism, there's time involved, right? And then the kala chakra, we have external kala chakra, internal kala chakra, and then enlightened kala chakra. These all three is interconnected. So the external kala chakra, this nature, this environment, this mountains and the lake, ocean, the earth, everything, the stars, and everything is external kala chakra. And then internal kala chakra means in our body, mind, our mental, all these things have correlation each other. If we, that's why before I didn't go these details, but if we practice this, focus under our body yoga, mind yoga, everything, if we practice this and then we connect in this, and then we also connect in with the external stars, planets, everything, and then that's then also we are unveiling the enlightened kala chakra. So that makes progress many, and then eventually you unveil your true nature of this enlightened kala chakra. So like that. But on the process, if we have many people practice kala chakra, then that's rejuvenate our world and everything. Yeah. Okay. Seems no more. So then, what time? Huh? Okay.
I am Sumit. My question is, so just a background, I'm a Hindu, and in our Hinduism we believe in reincarnation as well. So my question is, do these different religions like Hinduism or Buddhism use reincarnation or these sort of different tools to use to suppress people? Is this a way to say that just because you were born, you have done something evil in your last birth, you must have had to suffer this birth? Or do you think there's more to it? Do you think there's a surrounding that creates that sort of sufferings just than this reincarnation of karma or yeah?
Oh, okay. So when we say we accepting the karma, whatever we have struggles and terribles happen, unfortunate happen, the most important understanding is we say, oh, this is accepting karma, and we must be down something in the past, and then we should accept, and then we forgive, and and we basically almost we say not almost, sometimes we say we be happy about. So that then is, for some people it is very, very insensitive, because sounds like you saying, oh, you deserve this, you did this yourself, blah, blah, blah. Take that way is a little bit wrong way of taking. Is the right way is taken is, this is, we have to think of, this is very small. Small, if we expand in our view, and there is that huge sufferings, other people experience, huge, and if we think of hell realms and distance, then that's incredible things, but it's something visible, not like hell realms, invisible ones, but even is visible sentient beings, the incredible suffering experiencing. So, but the boil down is we accepting means we understand the nature of the karma. We understanding, so we understanding means is we happy about why you are paying the karmic debt. You have something debt, you paid off. You should be happy about, rather than, oh, I'm so sad I have to pay off. We say like this, we expanding our view, we understanding, and for the better our future, for the better our future. The main important we have to understand is not somebody's punishing. Oh, you are so bad and you deserve this punishment. It's not that. It is about understand the nature process. The nature process and the fairness of this, how do you say, the very refined and inevitable of the nature process.
In the West, when we talk about acceptance, we think of it as kind of like also then doing nothing, kind of the opposite of how you think about patience and stuff. So maybe you need to help clarify, because we think if you're saying accept, it usually means
accept and make reduce your suffering, and then also you can do something about. It's not like nothing to do, oh, terrible, I have to accept with my terrible emotion, sadness, and I have to accept. It's not, doesn't mean that. It means accepting nature, accepting the nature. So when we have, often I see, people often complaining, oh, something happened, oh, why me? Why universe choose me? Why me? So then if you think of the opposite, why you want to choose other? What make differences? Why can't choose you? Can't somebody else? That's also very narrow-minded, narrow-minded. Basically, we should choose, we have to understand, oh, this is great, I paid off, and so I can maybe better. Next, I can progress much better, So in that way we're talking about, right? Can you explain more?
acceptance is just understanding the way karma works. So we accept and we may even be happy that we have paid off the karma, but it doesn't mean acceptance in the way that we're in a bad situation, right? We're in a bad situation. We can accept that maybe our karma or in this life or another has gotten us into this situation, but we can still do something about it. So there's still like the choice to do something about it. It doesn't mean that you just have to sit back and say terrible things are happening. It's only my karma. There's nothing I can do.
Maybe I give an example. If somebody still, let's say, You are poor, you are not very rich. Okay, you have only $100,000. Somebody steal, whole thing is steal, and then they got it. The thief got it and put it in jail. Huh? But this person regret, I did it wrong. Of course, I should punish it. Yes, I should punish it. I went to the jail. That's fair. Of course, fair, but also I have regret. I'm going to apologize when I finish the jail, and I give $100,000 back, and even I have sentenced everything, 10 years or whatever, and then still I give back this money, apologize, and then I never thief in the future. I never steal. If this person, if did that, would you consider as a good person? Or somebody very angry, stare and put in jail, very angry and angry with you, and then say, whenever I go back to the jail, I get him again. I maybe kill him. Which one you prefer? Which one you think is fair? It's like that. So we have to think about it. That's not same. The karma is the nature process. The stealing is not really nature. It's not same, but it's little similar. So similar, somebody can mistake and then become a better, or somebody never become a better, keep mistaken. You know, which one better? Think about. Okay. If no more question, we can do a little bit meditation if you like. 5 minutes meditation. So anybody never been meditation? Anybody? No? Everybody did meditation. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's say today, first breathe in and then hold maybe 10, 15 seconds, and then breathe out very strongly, as much as you can, even you need trust, and then do this 3 times. Okay? Let's start. Breathe in again, then hold. Breathe in again. Hold. Breathing in. Okay, now you can adjust your breathing, normal, become like normal. And then you just focus your breathing in and out. Nowhere else focus, only focus this single-pointedly. Okay, now slowly come out of meditation. So meditation for beginners, always important to slow down. You know, like slow down to the body, everything just very slow, and then meditate, and then come. When you finish it also very slowly, move a part of body. Meditation means you have to learn slow down and be mindful or focus, you know, every single movement and not thinking everywhere. So that's for beginners training. But if you are not beginners, then you know. Anyway, so just remember the inner stability. We have to train our mind, understand the impermanent, and then acceptances, and then the training love and kindness and compassion, and then we get inner strength for long term. That means true inner stability we can get from this training. Preferably, we have to affect many people, so inspire many people. Then the whole world have to realize the change, the education. But at least we have to individually have to practice this, remind ourselves, aware, and then be mindful, and prepare, and let go of things, you know, easily let go of things. So what does it have to make let go? Also, we have to think of there's many other aspects. Not everything is bad as we think. You know, we always anxiety, these things happen because we think it's bad things happening. Bad things happening, you know. But it's not bad as you thought. You say, if you can look another way, another anger, if you look at anger, another anger you look at, there is always something good about as well. So we have to learn that, okay? So that's it. But temporary fixes, you can meditate, you can jump in the river, and you have to do something different. Instead, you are always, stuck in there. Instead, you have to do something very different, physically run on a mountain or whatever. You have to do something that's all help us temporarily, okay? Temporarily also important to help, and then you have to little bit relax, and then you have to think more, and then you have better attitude, you know. Then you maybe find the way, okay? So that's all. So yeah, I have many talks on YouTube and many everywhere. So Chloe, you want to talk those? Introduce my website, YouTube channel.
If anyone wants more information on Rinpoche's talks, he has a lot on YouTube, and his books are available in Dzogchen, which is his organization, which was founded to help try to create the golden age. So the golden age is the time of like the peace and harmony on earth. So that's why that's what he's dedicated to, and the books are all about. And all the information is
And Happiness book.
On Dzogchen.org. Yes, and also the A Happier Life is actually his introduction book that helps people understand how to live more flexibly and appreciate things at different stages of their lives. So we have that all available for everybody. And thank you all for coming. It was lovely.
Thank you for coming, everybody. You chosen coming today. You pursue the time with me. Thank you very much. I very, very appreciate the hostels as well. Thank you. Okay, I make short dedication, okay? Sunamde Dhamcha Zikwanya, Tomni Nibidan Nampamshija, Jigana Chivalon Chukwai, Trapin Soli Indroa Dorarico, Girandi Kyogan, Sunameki Zozo, Sunameki, Namba Nibo Tobaraco, Lahua Kandar, Tardam Chabada, Niba Kandar, Tardam Tarata, Kamshi Tamje, Handalabat, Chipsam Tamje, Evgen Jabarco, Yanshin Kortam Jinamla, Sender Sambi Tunduja, Wachajani Drake. Samba Chujan to be trashy, show one lower member last year, the same major trial. Yanja Sontu Yamaja Killa, Chimper trashy show. Okay, I pray all your good luck. Thank you. Good night.